Good morning, good morning. It is our Tuesday morning, 10 a.m. for our regular slot again, getting back into it. My name is Alisa Tilsner and I am a Stampin' Up demonstrator here in South Australia. I'm just trying to find myself on my iPad so that I can see all the comments. Hello everyone coming in. So today may be a long one, so feel free to come back or stay with me for the whole thing. If you're watching the replay on YouTube, because I do copy these and put them on YouTube, I'm sorry I'm unable to edit this because my program has been a pain, but feel free to use that scroll button. As if you are watching the replay for the Facebook Live, you can also do the scroll button. Unfortunately, those who are watching me live, you can't scroll through. So you have to either put up with me or leave. I guess that's the options, isn't it, really? Okay, so today I'm going to do some some white wash watercolouring, and next month we have this great stamp set coming. Actually, it's a whole bundle coming called Christmas Time Is Here, and this is a fantastic new stamp set that is going to be coming. It's a 2-set with it, and there are matching dies to go with it as well. So the cool thing about this is that you've got an outline and you've also got a distinctive stamp set. One is rubber, one is photopolymer. So there's some pretty cool things that you can do with this stamp set. Now, next month, Paula Dobson and I, in our Stampin' Down Under team, we are coming up with a special project, and I'm going to show you the colouring that I'm doing for one of my projects. I'm not going to show you my project. You'll have to come back and check it out next month when it all goes live. But so today we're just going to get straight into it. I'm not putting myself on screen, we're just going for it. So I have got a piece of Crumb Cake here, and I'm going to be stamping in Stays On because we're watercolouring. So I want this fairly dark. I made my first one a boo-boo, so I want my first image to be quite dark. I thought I'd finished colouring it and I was so happy with it, and I thought, you know what, I think it needs a little bit of a darker outline. So silly me grabbed my marker and started to outline it, and you know that moment when you first start it and you think, oh man, I really wish I hadn't done that now, and it just ruined my whole piece. So what I have learnt is to get a very, very dark first impression. Okay, so I am probably going to stamp this 3 or 4 times just so that I can get that nice and deep, which is why I'm using the Stamparatus, so that I can get everything lined up perfectly. So as long as I don't shift that card, I should be right. So yeah, I know, right? It had taken me quite a while to colour it in too, so and I was like, oh man. So I'm just debating right now actually as to how far I'm going to take my colouring, whether I'm just going to do half my image today or whether I'm going to do the full image. I'll probably just do half the image. I'm just going to do one more because I do want it super dark, and I think my Stays On is getting a little bit dry. If it was Memento, it'd be nice and juicy because I over-inked. So I'll have to ink this one up later, but just go easy with it. I'd rather have it slightly under-inked than over-inked. That was gushy. Okay, I'm pretty sure I'm happy with that now, so I'm going to pop my Stays On away. Now I am going to clean this off straight away because it is Stays On. So just bear with me. I'm just going to pop that onto a block. Now, using the good old Stampin' Scrub and Mist, if you are working with Stays On, you can get that pretty clean if you clean it immediately. Voila! So you don't have to use a solvent to get that off. So that's pretty cool. Okay, let me pop this away. I didn't need to have that matte underneath, so that was good. Okay, let me just clear my space, get rid of that. Now I'm going to try and zoom in. Let me just stand up. There we go. Keep myself centered. Now you're going to need Whisper White. And where on my table is my aqua painter? I've got offcuts right beside my mat here, so I've had to scoot them off, and I should try and clean my desktop. Right, okay, now I have a drop of water, a drop of re-inker already in here. It's lasted me quite a while because you don't actually need a whole heap of it. And of course my rag. So I think I will just do half the image. I'm not going to do the whole lot because I might even just do like 1 leaf or 2 leaves, because we might be here for quite some time. So what I'm going to do is just paint white to start with. I actually did this technique for a magazine, would have been quite a few years ago now, when we had that beautiful dove bird that had the flowers on it, and we had the die to cut the dove out, and I think that was when we first got the big shot too here in Australia. So it was quite a few years ago. I should try and drag the magazine out. So I'm going to paint them white, but what I'm going to do is, rather than go over the whole image, I want to try and stay away from the outline of the leaves and the berries. And you'll probably think that that's weird because I am actually going to paint the berries white as well, but I don't want to lose the outline of the black. Okay, you guys can see. Oh. And if I go quiet, I apologize. Okay, so I am going to paint the berries as well. I'll just do some over here. Yeah, I think it's probably best if I don't paint the whole image, because we could be sitting here for quite some time. And I think that after a little bit you sort of get the gist of it, but I just do want to get enough in there so that you can see the different colours coming through. So some of the berries will be like deeper in white because I've just picked up out of my ink pad there, and then of course as I use the white, you know, it sort of sometimes fades out to nothing. So when I go and put the next lot of colours on, you will get a whole variety of shades. Okay, and yeah, that's right, and the colour will sink in and will settle down a little bit. And I will do the rose, I think. I will do part of the rose because, again, I didn't go over the entire image. I sort of tried to do each petal individually so I can keep that line happening. I think the first time I did it, because I haven't done this technique for such a long time, that I forgot what I was doing, and I went over the lines, and then I thought, oh, I'll try and darken them up a little bit, but it was not pretty. It was a bin job. I think I'll do this one. And of course it depends on how much water you've got, like how wet your nib is. You want it reasonably dry because you do want that white. You don't want too much of the craft showing through. Let me do one more because I just want to work out, because I want to show you the next shading bit too. So of course in that center there it gets a bit tricky, so you do have to end up going over the center. And I'm going to leave the sprigs, the twigs, foliage, whatever you want to call it, and I am going to leave the pine cones as well. There's 3 pine cones there. Okay, so I am going to use a couple of different colours. So, and I did post a photo of it all coloured in white the other day as well. So, and it dries pretty quickly, and I need to stop saying so much. You know what I mean? Okay, I'm going to use Old Olive. Now I'm just going to see if I can come in a little bit closer again. Make sure I'm in the right. I try and use my grid as a target line so it stays in. Okay, so the next is to pick up, I'm using Old Olive, and I want to just bring that out and drag it through. Now I don't want to colour the entire leaf. I want to have a little bit of white on the end just to give, I think it gives a softer look to the image. You can colour it all in if you like, and of course going around the berries is a little bit tricky, but I guess it's just like any other colouring. Now you do need to have a fair bit of ink on your brush for this because the white seems to swallow it out a little bit. Okay, and then I like to come in a little bit darker. Cool. Push that up a little bit. Okay, now I'm not done yet with my leaves. You could stop there if you wish, but I like to add just a little bit more depth. So I'm going to use the Mossy Meadow. Yes, I have not played with this technique for such a long time, and I thought I want a nice soft look for this. So I'm using my Mossy Meadow, and I'm going in, I don't know whether you can see that, I'm going into quite deep. When you squeeze it, there's always areas that are quite rich in colour. Whoops, my pen's starting to split. Okay, and then just finally coming around. So my ink, my brush is quite dry, as you can see. And drag that out a little bit. So you can see that you can get quite a nice deep. I do have to squeeze my pen a little bit. It's just a little bit dry. Now it's probably too wet. Let's see if I can pick up some of that really dark colour. So pretty cool. A day off, yay! I just come around there a little bit more again, make it look like it's got a bit of a shadow happening. So I love the way that the greens sort of blend back out into the white, just to keep it all light and airy. Okay, so the next one I am going to use is Poppy Parade. And some of these are colours that are in the designer series paper, which I will show you a bit later. So, stop saying so. It's like saying all the time. I don't say I say so. Bad habit. Okay, so just picking up a little bit of Poppy Parade, and I'm going to just use it until I've got no Poppy Parade left, and you'll find that the berries then become all different shades because of how much white is on them. I actually quite like them left white too. That's another nice, you could just leave them white rather than add colour. See how that's sort of like not as, it's a bit more opaque, so they become a different type of colour altogether. It's almost like the whites mixed in with the Poppy Parade, which I think is quite nice. Okay, now I'm just going to quickly do the, I have my inks behind me, so if my voice sounds a bit funny, that's why. Okay, so now I'm going to do Crumb Cake over Crumb Cake. And I actually have a drop of re-inker in there, so it is a little bit deeper in colour. So it is a richer. I'll do this one down here. So that one can just go straight over the top. It sort of just darkens And you can pounce that one around. Okay, now what I did with my initial one, and I'm thinking I might change it. In my original card I did grey to try and add a bit of depth to my rose here, but I'm actually thinking I might try a soft pink this time. What say you, everyone? Shall I try a soft pink and make it look like a blush? Where's my pinks? I think I might try powder pink rather than grey. You probably, oh, I've got a little bit of re-inker stuff going on here, so let's try using that. So this is to add a little bit of depth to, I'm going to come around, whoops, oh, this is new to me, okay, so it's probably a little bit deeper than what I was planning. So we'll just blend that into the white. There we go. Changes the look again completely. Just blend that out. Nice. My first card, I actually wanted my rose to be white, so that's why I put the grey, but adding the pink in is quite pretty, especially with the colour of the berries here. That's turned out really pretty. Nice, very nice. Lovely, I love it. So that's pretty much what I do. Oh, and then for the twigs and foliage, I'll just call it foliage. For the foliage, the pine foliage, there we go. So that sort of gives you a nice soft pale pink rose. For the, which I haven't got out in front of me, so I'm a little bit stuck, but I just used one of our Stampin' Up markers and I just added, because it's quite a dark line drawing, what I did was just added with a Stampin' Up marker, I added, you know what, you can actually probably go back and add a little bit more. I'm really bad for this, just add a little bit more. You can go, yeah, I just used a Stampin' Up marker for that. There you go. How's that? Just a little bit more. Just wait for that to dry a little bit. It's quite nice. Quite like the pink. So I'm not going to colour the whole thing because, as you can see, it would take me some time. So I'll just bring that up close so you can have a little bit of a closer look at that. So you can see a little bit of depth in the leaves now. And it's still nice and soft because you've got that lovely white background. Now for the rest of the suite, so you've seen the stamps. I will bring in the rest of it. There is also designer series paper. So there's 3 patterns. So, and that's got gold through it. And that side, oops, wait a minute. I need to zoom back. Okay, so yep, cherry cobbler, and then we've got Mossy Meadow, cherry cobbler, poppy parade, and soft suede. Okay, so you can see the gold in that one, and one more. So there's 3 designs. Whoops, there we go. So yeah, that's so pretty. Okay, and then there is, as you can see in the corner there are some gold sparkly glitter enamel dots, which are super cool, and some beautiful ribbon, gold ribbon to go with them, which is the shimmer ribbon, and also the matching dies that go with the stamp set. So we've got a couple that cut out the exact, that will cut that out. and then some labels and a little bit of filigree sort of stuff going on. And I do recommend, if you don't have gold foil, buy some gold foil when you buy the bundle next month, because it works in beautifully. And that's all you'd need. So it's a gorgeous Christmas time is here stamp set, so watch out for next month. Paula and I have some projects for you, so you want to make sure you get that. But don't forget, tomorrow is our 24-hour stamp sale. I did a live yesterday, and I also did I popped up the replay that I put on YouTube, so you can see all the stamps that are going to be on sale tomorrow. Only starts at midnight tonight and goes through till midnight on Wednesday night. So thanks very much. I'm going to have to finish this off so I can make a card, otherwise I know what will happen to it. It will end up like that, sitting on my desk for months. So have a wonderful day. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you try the technique. It's fun. You can use it on anything. I even wouldn't mind trying it on a different coloured background as well, rather than just the crumb cake all the time. So yeah, it's great. I do have prices for the sets, but not on the top of my head. So, but all the pieces you can purchase individually, or you can buy them in a bundle as well. So, but details of that will come out later, because they're available next month. Okay, I shall see you all later. Have a wonderful day, and thanks for tuning in. Bye.